The Crime-Fighting Priorities of the Trump Administration by Ronald A. Lindsay. From Free Inquiry's online column, Unprayerful Reflections at secularhumanism.org. We all know Donald Trump and his band of merry incompetents talk a good game when it comes to crime. They keep reminding us that one of their top priorities is to keep us safe. An alleged major reason for the crackdown on illegal immigrants is to improve our safety and security by ridding us of criminal gangs and ending the scourge of human trafficking, with a particular focus on such offenses involving children. To ensure our safety, Trump has made it clear that legal niceties will not be allowed to stand in the way of rigorous law enforcement. Trump has issued an executive order on strengthening and unleashing law enforcement, with a stated goal of removing legal and political handcuffs that make aggressively enforcing the law impossible. Of course, there are exceptions to this purportedly resolute stance against crime. We know from Trump's pardon of January 6th insurrectionists that some crimes, including violence against law enforcement officials, is not only permissible but laudable. What is done by or for Trump transcends the law. It turns out, though, there is another exception, which perhaps we should have realized given the position of the Trump justices on the U.S. Supreme Court, that religion always wins. Protecting religion necessarily supersedes other concerns, including heightened concerns such as offenses involving children. This must be the explanation for Trump's Justice Department suing the state of Washington over its law requiring clergy of all faiths to report suspected instances of child abuse. Trump's DOJ argues this violates the religious freedom of Catholic priests who, according to church doctrine, are supposed to keep secret anything heard during confession. Why a church's doctrine should be elevated over the need to protect children from abuse is not explained. And given the Catholic Church's long and sordid history of covering up child abuse, exempting priests from this reporting obligation is especially egregious. And what happened to Trump's pledge to remove the legal and political handcuffs on law enforcement? Religious freedom encompasses the freedom to believe whatever nonsense you want to believe, to gather to share delusions with fellow believers, and to proclaim one's cherished absurdities far and wide. It should not encompass the right to wield one's dogmas as a shield against secular laws. But Trump's poorly named Department of Justice has a selective approach to law enforcement. Whatever serves Trump's personal and political purposes determines how the law is applied. And given Trump's savvy exploitation of his conservative religious base, we should not be surprised that religious doctrines take precedence over children. Thank you for listening to this audio edition of Free Inquiry, the journal for secular humanist ideas. If you enjoyed this article, consider subscribing to Free Inquiry magazine to explore more thought-provoking content on reason, ethics, science, and free thought. You can find more articles, subscribe, or support our work at secularhumanism.org. There you'll also discover resources on secular humanism, information on upcoming events, and ways to connect with a community of like-minded thinkers. If you believe in the importance of reason, free expression, and humanist values, consider making a donation to support our work. Every contribution helps us continue to publish, advocate, and provide resources for a more rational, secular world. Once again, thanks for listening and for supporting free inquiry, free minds, and free expression.